Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina and I'm back with a new journal which I just completed. Her name is Victorian Sentiments and she turned out to be a long slim lady. So let's talk a little bit about her. Well, she measures 24 centimeters times 12 centimeters, and although she only has one signature, she opens up to about 12 centimeters. And when you turn this into inches, then we talk about 9.5 inch times 4.4 inch and 3/4, and also the mouth is about 4 inch and 3/4. So, Victorian Sentiments, and you see it already, there is a Victorian lady on top. But what you don't see now, but you are going to see, is that she is movable because I clipped her on with this clip. So when you remove it, you can take it off. And I have made a collage from different material. I have used lace. I have used some nice light green fabric on the back and some further decoration. And what you don't see now, but you are going to see now, is that I have turned this into a pocket. And in this pocket there is a little envelope. And I'm going to talk about the content of the envelope a little bit later. Before we go into the inside of this journal, let me please remind you, I'd be delighted if you leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe, of course only if you like what you saw. So, I have made the cover of the Victorian Sentiments journal using the same fabric I have used in my previous journal, which I called Autumn Magic. But I made it completely different. So this one has really the Victorian vibe. It's vintagey, it's also a little bit regal, you will see. And I have also added this doily, what I love to do. Also from the back side you see it. And then I also made a little pocket in this doily, which you could use for instance, adding a pencil like this one. You could stick it in here if you are able to, and then you would have your pencil with you or your pen with you whenever you want to write in this journal. And when I say you, then I say this because this journal is available in my Etsy shop. But let's talk a little bit about the cover. I have used 3 buttons, as you can see, vintage button, and this one is a very special one because it was gifted to me by my friend Tracy in the US. Hello, Tracy. I hope you watch. Okay. And then I have decorated the outside of this cover with a trim, a lace, and another lace. And now let's open the beauty. So she has 80 pages front and back. And she is closed with a ribbon from sari silk. And because it's sari silk, you will see that it frays. And I have used more sari silk in this journal, and therefore you have all these wonderful fringes or whatever. Okay, so have a look from the interior. I have used this really pretty digital paper. I have decorated it with sari silk. But let's look to the left-hand side. And before I explain a little bit more, I would like to make a shout out. I'm German, as you might know, or as you can recognize from my accent, and I do these videos in English because I know that junk journaling has been born in the English-speaking countries, be it the US or be it the UK or New Zealand. There are so many wonderful crafters in this in this part of the world. However, I would like to acknowledge that also in Germany we do have a really gifted and very talented group of junk journalers. Most of them, or many of them, do their videos in German, so therefore you, my audience, who are mainly English speaking, I guess, are not familiar with them. But nevertheless, I would like to make a shout out to one of those specifically, because she is so, how to say, so creative. She does the most amazing things. And her channel name, and I'm going to write it down anyway, is Holla die Waldfee. Don't worry if you cannot remember. I will write it down. And she has inspired me to come up with this bookmark. So, in one of her recent videos, she showed how to make bookmarks from using fabric, using lace, adding some pictures, decorating, and then also using it, as I said, as a bookmark. And I thought it's such a neat idea, and especially for this Victorian Sentiments journal, I did it, and I like it. And I have also added a kind of a, how to say, bow thing, where you can attach this bookmark or whatever you want to name it to this journal. And I have added a mother of pearl button over here, so you can stick it on, and then it just flows a little bit. And also this trim has been gifted to me some time ago, and I like it because it really matches very well all the color schemes of this journal. So, but another thing I would like to show you, and this is the interior. I have decorated the interior by gluing on lace on some design paper, and the lace has also been gifted to me by Tracy. Thank you very much, Tracy. You see, I use many of the things which you gave me, and I'm so happy about all of them. So, but now let's have a look to this pocket. This pocket is from some, I think, sari material. I added another trim on top, and here I have added a journaling card, which is a flip-out journaling card, as you can see. And here there's some further decoration. It shows the bluebirds of happiness. Here there's another smaller journaling card in this pocket. And here there is also something else. And this something else stems from an old book. I open it, and it's a poem. And it's a poem in German, which says, I only give you the headline, Die Geschichte von der schönen Kanya Fatme, because this book is the is named the Tales of Mirza Shafri, and the title of this poem in English means the story of the beautiful Kanya Fatme. So the typewriting is so small, I hardly can read it. And probably whoever wants to read it needs some glasses. But what I liked is also the decoration of this thing. It's so tiny, it's so precious, and I have added it to this journaling card. I will put it back later. So, but now let's go into the interior. In this journal I have used some designs from the Graphics Fairy. So I have this premium membership, and they have really nice things, and I have used quite a bit of them in this journal, like this one. Here some pretty paper where I've added some lace, some decoration. This is coffee stenciled paper. It says merveilleux, wonderful. I think this nicely fits to this journal because I think it's a nice one. And then here, this is the first belly band or side belly band. I have added one of my self-created tags, and I have added a journaling card. And this one I have backed with some coffee stenciled paper. Usually, and also in this case, in this journal, I back them with packaging paper. This is gift wrapping paper, and it's the same which I have used to form this envelope where you are going to see the content later, as I said. This is a longer journaling card, some vellum showing Victorian ladies, coffee dyed paper. On the back side, what I did here is I have used one of the wine labels of the red wine, which I like, and I have just glued on the picture of another Victorian lady, and I like the gold ornaments, and I think it gives this, what I mentioned before, this regal look a little bit. This is glued on, some butterflies, stamping here. On the back side, I formed this from packaging paper. I did some stenciling. You can flip it out. It's a double pocket. Another of my self-created tags. And another journaling card showing roses. So, of course, there will be roses in this journal because almost all of my journals do have roses inside. And when I say that, what you see here is also a ruffle which I made from some cotton fabric showing rose designs. You stay with roses and you have another one, a postcard, and you have love greetings sitting in this pocket, which I have further decorated with this really, really pretty trim. And you cannot feel it because it's a video, but when you touch it, it's really nice. So, go back. This is self-dyed paper with gold and turquoise and pink. This is decoupaged on old music paper, showing these really pretty flowers. You see the music paper from the back. Another coffee stenciled paper, which I have decorated with some lace and also some old doily, which I have cut and sewn on. And now we come to the fashion part of this journal. Yeah, because Victorian Sentiments also do have a lot of fashion inside, so to say. So in order to stay true to this theme, I have just sewn on some of the pretty buttons which Tracy gifted to me on some special paper, and from the back side I have glued on some cotton which I have stamped with some butterflies. So this is just decoration, and inside here what you see is first a frame which I made, and I have put behind it one of the old collector items showing some pretty flowers. And here you have two journaling cards with dresses, Victorian dresses, like that. And I put them, and not to forget, this paper here stems from an old book. When I say old, it's typically end of the 19th century, and I have used this paper to cover up the coffee dyed paper, and it's old. You can see it's old. It's a little bit brittle, but it has this really nice and subtle flower design. I put the cards back. I think it's the other way around. What I have in my hand is a description of what you see on the right hand side, and there is a picture, or a drawing of Victorian fashion, and this stems from a book, and it's the original from a book called, I think, Victorian Fashion and Costumes from Harper's Bazaar. So this is a book, and I've used the original here. And this is the explanation what the ladies are wearing, so I thought it should be kept for further interest. This is again coffee dyed paper, and this is this pretty trim where I still have a little bit left. I love it. I use it also on my lace journals because it's so pretty. And on the back side I have decorated with some some paper which I have embossed and also gold waxed. And on the right side, paper bag where I have decoupaged some flowers on. And inside there is another rose journaling card. Typically all of my journaling cards are sewn around. This is fabric pocket, and inside there you see a journaling card which I have created by gesso stamping on some cardstock, and then I also used some paint, and then I've sewn on a picture, and I've glued on another picture because I didn't like the one which was beneath. So this is this one. A butterfly which I made from decoupaging and glittering, and what you see here, this is an old collector's card, so I'm currently very much in love with these collector cards, and this one came from Liebig's Fleischextrakt. So this means Liebig's Liebig is the name of the company, and I think they made meat concentrate, and this was also in the beginning of last century. Yeah, and well, I bought some of those, and this is about the development of women dresses, and I thought this very nicely matches the theme of this journal. And also here what you see is a Victorian lady on some craft paper. Old music paper, again stenciled coffee paper. This is the rice paper which I did with from some napkins. Just for decoration, you can flip it up. This one here is an vintage wallpaper, which was gifted to me by my friend Sarah from Canada. Hi Sarah. And it's so pretty and it's so lovely, and I love to use it. Here I made some decoration, and in this side band here you also find 2 further collector cards which are old, and it's about, you can see it, it's about birds, and it says it's about, and this came from cigarettes, and 1 cigarette cost, I think, or a pack of cigarettes, I don't know, it says 8 pfennigs, less than 8 cents, so I don't know exactly what was the currency. The currency I know, but I don't know what it means in today's world. So this is eco-dyed paper, and in this side belly band I have also attached some more bird-themed things, and these are some tickets. They are not old, they are from the Graphics Ferry, but they are cute, and I thought it's a nice addition. So I put this back. I hope it stays. I don't want to have the bird upside down. So we can flip this. There's another tuck spot with another rose. Yeah, this is also pretty gift wrapping paper. It's, I think, grass paper. It has a nice touch. It has a specific feeling. Very pretty lace, which I have used here. Recently bought on eBay. Very, very pretty. And now we come to the center spot. And before I talk about what is in, I would like to draw your attention to, you cannot see, I draw your attention to something you cannot see. So I have decorated the thread which I used to sew in the signature. I've decorated it with a little charm showing a Victorian shoe. Okay, what you see here is a combination of different things. First, this is a rose pocket, and here you have another journaling card, and then you have 2 pictures. So they stem from an old book about Ireland, and I love these castles. I love the abbey, I love the cathedral, and in order to give it an even more vintage look, I coffee dyed them. So they are sitting here, and like I did with the fashion magazine pictures, I have also kept the description of what we are talking about here. Which abbey is it? Which cathedral is it? So it's kept here for the future owner for possible interest. On the right-hand side, you see a picture of a lady, and this also stems from a book about jewelry. Jewelry across over the centuries, I think was the name, or something like that. I take it off, and you see 2 tuck spots with 2 journaling cards. But here I included it because I thought, as we know, the Victorians, at least the rich ones, were also very much into jewels. And therefore I have kept this one with these wonderful necklaces, and also the description. It says, British woman on occasion wore magnificent suits of diamond jewelry. So you know what it is all about, to be a rich Victorian lady. So, and as I didn't know if someone wants to have it permanent in this journal, I kept it. I clipped it on with this paper clip. Some pages where I didn't decorate, because this journal is also, can also be used for writing or further decorating. Here I've added another ruffle from curtain material, another belly band with another pretty flower card, decoupaged on old music paper, some nice red trim. You can flip it up. You see, there is something you can tear. And here what you see, and this stems from a catalogue, it's the picture of a girl or a lady, and apparently she wears something like a skirt made out of flowers. Isn't this romantic? So, put this back. The craft paper with the Victorian ladies. Here I made some decoration showing some small envelopes made from scrap paper. Made some stamping of a teapot, because I thought this is also Victorian and this is British. And then there's a very nice envelope inside, and you can open it. And what I put in, and this is not bad, this is the picture of a wonderful, pretty dog. Because I thought my Victorian lady probably also loves dogs. So, this is the back side of the paperback. Here I made some stamping with a medallion. Inside another journaling card. Decoupaged on this page, on this side, some nice trim. This Victorian angel cards and 2 Victorian ladies. And on the back side I made some stamping. For backing I used coffee dyed paper, which I further decorated with some gold particles. So this is this fashion magazine. This is some decoration. This is a long journaling card where I have added this, or I have sewn on this ruffle, and you can stick it in here and you have further decoration, or you can do whatever you want to do with it. This is the back of the coffee stenciled paper, and it says Paris. And this is, as you can see, old music paper. And now we come also to what is the content of this little envelope, which was attached to this, in the pocket of this lady, of this Victorian lady. First of all, what you see here is not a Victorian lady. This person has been born before the Victorian era, and she is Markgräfin Wilhelmine. And she did many, many wonderful things to a town in Germany, which might be known to you if you are into operas, because the name of this town is Bayreuth, and it's famous for the annual Wagner concerts. So the whole world, almost the whole world, or many, many famous people travel every year to these Wagner concerts. Richard Wagner, a composer which wrote many operas. And so Bayreuth has profited a lot from this lady, because she created the most wonderful things. And I just visited Bayreuth this year, although it's the place of my birth, but I didn't live there very long. I visited it this year, and it's fantastic. It's wonderful. And many, many cute things, wonderful things, unexpectedly. And whenever you have a chance, go there, visit. It's really, really nice. And so this is Wilhelmine, and this is her initials. This stems from some information material from the city of Bayreuth. This is her music chamber. This is some other things. And inside this little envelope, I have attached further information which came from this information booklet from the town of Bayreuth. And you see some of the wonderful things. For instance, this is the opera. This is the inside of the opera. The opera is marvelous, so I I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's really, really nice. So I thought, why not? Although it's Victorian, nevertheless, it's old, it's vintage. The opera is wonderful. Have a look, either inside here or go to visit Bayreuth. And I'm not paid for that. Okay, so this is the backside of my self-dyed paper. And here what I did, I added some very sheer light fabric, because also the colors are very harmonic to this self-dyed paper. And inside there is a longer journaling card. So, another envelope. And in this envelope, I have not put a lot, I just have put a stamped Victorian lady on some self-dyed paper. And I did not glue it, as you can see, so it can be used to write some notes inside if you feel like that. So, and this is some chiffon material which has little stars. Another Victorian lady which I clipped on, and from the back side I have added some stamp showing a butterfly. This is stamped on old book paper. This is the gift wrapping paper. This is coffee dyed paper with some lace over here. So this is kept undecorated. We are now at the end of this journal, and this is the pocket, the last one. And here you see a rose, and of course, some of you might know, almost all of my journals do have a peacock. This is the peacock card, and again have a look on this very nice lace which I glued on the design paper. So this was Victorian Sentiments, and I hope you like it. You can have a look in my Etsy shop if you wish. You can also leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I hope you don't mind my enthusiasm about my place of birth, Bayreuth. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye, Martina.